Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to an episode of PHLY Flyers, the Shootout. That's right. It's one of our mini pods. We're not supposed to call them that, but I don't know what we are supposed to call them. That's why I'm just going with the Shootout. I want to talk for a few minutes. You know, we are wrapping up the season tonight. We're recording this during Game 82, one of the intermissions here, and you know, I think it's a nice time to look to the future. We are obviously rooting for the Sabres tonight, at least the two fans among us. Charlie, obviously, capital J journalist, never roots for anybody. With the future in mind, I want to look towards next season. We just talked about the Flyers team awards. They were handed out in Game 81, the home finale. Saw how that went. I think it's time for a way too early prediction of next year's team awards. Now, this doesn't mean, you know, a week or two before the season, we're not going to do this again on the regular show. But I think the way too early version is good for now. So let's kick it off with the Bobby Clarke Trophy, the Team MVP award. Konecny has won the last two. Travis Konecny looking for a three-peat. Let's start with you, Kelly. Do you think he pulls off the three-peat, or do we have a new winner in 2025-26?
So this is going to tie into my Lindbergh, spoiler alert, Matvei Michkov, MVP.
I think if there was, if we were to put out odds on this, at least the way fans would bet, Michkov would become the favorite if he wasn't already.
It's what I hope, sincerely, will happen.
We really need that to happen.
Yeah.
Charlie, who do you have winning the Clarkie?
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that, and I've been of this opinion probably since about like the midpoint of the season, that Michkov is going to have a really, really good sophomore year, because I'm watching a guy who has all the skills, but is not in NHL conditioning shape yet. And I am fully expecting that this summer he is going to go crazy in the gym on an NHL caliber weight program, on a training regimen, and he is going to come back next year and be just as skilled, if not more so, but actually able to sustain it for entire shifts, not get tired when the schedule gets particularly busy. And I think it's going to result in him being a really, really good scorer. Not just a good scorer, which he was this year to be sure, but I'm talking like clearing point per game easily. Also, you have to believe that they're going to make a change at power play coach, and perhaps the power play could at least become not horrific. And that should give his point totals an even bigger boost. So I'm expecting a over point per game season from Matvei Michkov next year, and I think that would get him the MVP.
And as we're seeing right now, like, this is a first intermission. Mish just scored his 25th goal. He's the team leader in goals as of this moment. Now there's 40 minutes left. We'll see how it all goes, but he's a 20-year-old rookie. He started the season as a teenager. There's the Tortorella of it all, and he's still going to end up. He's over 25 goals with 61 points now with 40 minutes left. He is becoming the team's best player.
Yeah.
That said, I'm going with the Konecny three-peat. I think he's going to get it done this year. I mean, we're looking at the second half of the season, 4 goals, and he still is going to end up with 75-plus points on the year. Really picked up a ton of assists in the second half, even though the goal scoring has dried up. And that's kind of impressed me a little bit, that he's been able to contribute, even though for whatever reason the puck just won't go in the net for him. I think Konecny pulls off this three-peat and really joins some elite company, guys who've won it 3 in a row. Hextall did it 3 times in a row, that is. Let's see here. Some Gagne and Richards went back and forth. A lot of 2-time guys. Giroux never did it 3 in a row. Yeah, Coots was the last three-peat of this. So it's Ron Hextall and Sean Couturier who've done it. I think Travis Sanheim adds his name to that group. Travis Konecny adds his name to that group.
There's another possible three-peat for the next award.
Yes, with the Barry.
And that's the guy who you're thinking of.
The Barry Ashbee Trophy for the best defenseman. Sanheim also going through for a three-peat. 4th overall. He won it a couple of years ago as well. Do we think he pulls this off? Do one of the Travi, in you guys' eyes, complete a three-peat with Sanheim bringing home yet another Ashbee?
I think so. I think Sanheim does. To me, I guess there are a couple other options in that maybe Cam York thrives under a new coach. That's possible. He jumps from a point total standpoint, and maybe Jamie Drysdale has the big surge. but I just think that Sanheim's going to get the most minutes. I'm not expecting them this summer to make a big trade for a top-tier defenseman. I think if they make a big trade, it's going to be for a center, not for a defenseman. The defenseman trade, I think, will come at some point, but I'm not expecting it to be this summer. I don't think they have that urgency quite yet, especially because they have guys like Andre. They have Andre's here, if not here, depending upon how he does in camp. They got Hunter McDonald. They got Oliver Bonk. They don't necessarily need to fill another spot. They need to look at their current guys first. So Sanheim's going to be the big minutes guy. Big minutes is going to result in him getting points. He's obviously, offensively gifted, not a superstar in that way, but he's going to get points. He's going to play solid hockey, and I just don't see any one obvious person to jump him unless somebody takes a big leap.
I'm going to try to manifest something here because I don't think we're going to be able to trade Rasmus Ristolainen this summer because of the injury.
I agree with that.
Happening again. So I'm going to try to manifest 82 games of a healthy Rasmus Ristolainen who's very good and ends up being the best defenseman on the team.
Aren't we pretty sure this is what happened with the Provorov vote a few years ago? We're like, let's give him the Ashbees. He was our best defenseman. I don't know. Maybe you want to give us a couple first.
Hey, there you go.
That's the one conspiracy theory that I believe.
That's absolutely.
So maybe that works.
Because I may or may not have done a straw poll of a lot of media members, and I still don't know how the heck Provorov got to the most votes in that election.
Well, that's that. So I am going to go a little off board here. I'm going with Matthew Schaefer, boys. Come on. Come on. We're getting that first pick. We're winning the lottery. No, I think I wanted to go with Oliver Bonk just for fun, but let's say Jamie Drysdale. Okay. I really like the strides Drysdale has made when you talk about improving that power play, and whether it boosts Konecny's points, it boosts Mishkov's points. It's going to boost who is ever out there, and I think Drysdale gets the first crack at it as the guy, and maybe they fix this thing. Who the hell knows? So that's going to be our picks for the Ashbee. And now for the best award. The absolute best
favorite.
one. It's the Pelle Lindbergh Memorial Award. Bobby Brink won it this past year. Travis Sanheim is a 2-time winner. Is anyone going to take Sanheim?
That would be very funny.
I can't imagine if he
would have to get to like 60 points and be nominated for the Norris.
No, yeah, he'd have to be like at least like top 5 in Norris voting. So I am. I'll go first on this one for the Lindbergh. I think it's going to be Sam Ersson. I really do.
I'm going full Charlie.
I think they're going to put him in the role he's meant to be in. And if you just go by on like improvement, if he's a normal goalie next year, that is a vast improvement from what we got.
Very fair point.
And yeah, some guys' numbers could absolutely jump. I think Mishkov would be the favorite for this. Yeah, if he then has 90 points and is the MVP winner, he is also the most improved player, But I'm going to go with Sam Ersson on this one. How about you, Kelly?
Oh, see, I was going to say when Matvei Michkov scores 100 points next season, he will obviously be the most improved player on the team. Okay. So that's where I'm going.
I think if he's the MVP, it's almost... Do you think if he gets the Clarke, he has to get most improved?
No.
I think it depends on what other guys do.
Yeah. If he scores, as I'm expecting, around 80... I don't necessarily think he has to also get most improved.
That would be a 20-point, 19-point jump from where he's at right now. Who do you have winning the Lindbergh?
I'm going with Jamie Drysdale. I see a guy who this year, especially in the second half of the season, was beginning to take the step. I think next year is the year where he takes the step and turns himself into, a legitimately not great, but legitimately good NHL defenseman where he's scoring points, he's making plays, he's asserting himself on the ice. And I know he's very popular in that room. Guys like him, and guys tend to like to vote for someone they like for this award because this is the one that's voted on by the players.
I could see. I think he might be the betting favorite. I might put Jamie Drysdale at the top. I thought he made good strides this year. Maybe we see it all pay off next year, and I think he would be the favorite to win.
That would be really good because again, he's a huge part of this thing working out for us. So him being better would be a very good thing.
I've seen enough of him this year to believe that, as I said going into the season, I didn't need Jamie Drysdale this year to, become an all-star, to become a first-pair defenseman. I needed to see progress. I saw progress. Yes. That tells me that he's coachable. That tells me the talent's still in there. Now, next year, I need to see him take the leap.
All
right. Very last thing here, real quick. This year, we predicted, all three of us, that this team would make the playoffs. Obviously, we sit here game 82, hoping they have the 4th best lottery odds. A year from now, Are we preparing or amidst a playoff run? Do they make it in 2025-26 to the Stanley Cup playoffs?
They make it.
Charlie?
No, unless they have a great offseason.
I am going to have to go with no as well.
Haters.
Although, again, Sam Ersson, maybe he comes through. They fix the power play. It's possible. I'm just going to have to go no. I don't see it. Like the East has to get a little better at some point, doesn't it?
2026 offseason, that's the pivot.
the jump.
That's the pivot point.
That's when they're going to get real
That's
good.
the pivot point.
Yeah, they're going to win the Cup in 2028.
But next year, Misa's going to lead us back into the playoffs.
Misa's going to lead
So
us.
you think they're going to get the second overall pick?
I would take Misa anyway.
Really?
Okay.
I know it's a hot take.
All right.
I just think
All
they
right,
need a center.
and that is all the time we have for you on PHLY Flyers. The Shootout, make sure you're subscribed right here and hit that like button. YouTube likes it when you like it, and that makes us all very happy. So make sure you do that. Follow us on Twitter at PHLY_Flyers, and follow the podcast wherever you get those. Just search PHLY Flyers. I'm Bill. That's Charlie. That's Kelly. Let's go Buffalo.